57% of American men have a beard or mustache, meaning for the first time in decades, clean-shaven men are in the minority. But I'm here to make the case for going clean-shaven. And I'm going to help you understand why being clean-shaven can be just as masculine, if not more masculine, than wearing a beard. And I'm here to help you shave in a way that's an enjoyable, manly ritual, and it can even help your skin look and feel better. Hello, my name is James, and I am on a mission to create a generation of gentlemen. The first reason more men should go clean-shaven is because it's more classically masculine. Today, many men consider a beard to be a strong sign of masculinity, but that wasn't always the case. When I look at my masculine role models from the 40s, 50s, and 60s, none of them have beards. Whether it's Cary Grant, Gary Cooper, or even a fictional character like James Bond, they were all clean-shaven. And to me, taking care of yourself and having the self-respect to shave every day is just as masculine as any beard could be. Personally, I have an appetite for this 1950s, 60s aesthetic of a man, whether it's the slicked back hair, the suits and ties, and the clean-shaven face fits in with that overall aesthetic. At that time, beards were only worn by very elderly men or members of the counterculture like beatniks and hippies. So I still have that association that a clean-shaven face is the most gentlemanly look of all. And I would even go as far as to argue that beards and facial hair are part of the retreat to slovenliness that we see in greater society, with people wearing sweatpants and sneakers everywhere. To explain my second point, I want to tell you a quick story about Douglas MacArthur. MacArthur was one of the most lauded World War II generals, even though he was in his 60s at the time of the war. So he was out in the Philippines and things were not going well. He was surviving on half rations, but he still insisted every day on dressing in a uniform of freshly pressed clothes and shined shoes. And he was so determined to shave every day that he even did it using salt water. Why? He believed that maintaining standards of decency and normalcy were essential, even as conditions outside of his control deteriorated by the hour. And today, you don't need to shave in salt water to embrace the positive qualities of this masculine ritual known as shaving. It's a daily practice that demonstrates self-respect for a man. Today, many men have forgotten about other forms of self-care, like ironing clothes and shining shoes. Don't let your facial hair slip too. And this ritual of shaving can be highly enjoyable if you have the right tools and products, which is why I'm partnering for today's video with Henson. Henson makes lightweight aluminium double-edged safety razors. These razors are made in Canada, and most important of all, they are gentle on your skin. I think one of the reasons many men turned their backs on shaving is because they had bad experiences with multi-blade cartridges and disposable razors that tugged on the skin and caused irritation. But the Henson razor is designed to be kind to your skin and give you a shave that's both gentle and effective. So whether you already clean shave or you're feeling inspired to go for the clean shaven look, I want you to try Henson razors today. And for that reason, I've got a special offer for you. Visit henson.com/gentzz and use the code GENTZ to get a free tube of shaving cream with your purchase of the Henson razor. Gentlemen, if you're going to embrace the tradition of clean shaving, you've got to have the right tools. I've had many of you ask which razor I am using, and here is your answer. It's the Henson. Another reason more men should go clean-shaven is because there is still a perception in society that clean-shaven men are more respectable. The last US president that had a beard was William Howard Taft in 1913. And even as beards become very popular in the mainstream, it's hard to imagine a US president today with facial hair. And we haven't had any bearded contenders for the White House emerge over the last decade. Even look at James Bond. From Sean Connery to Daniel Craig, we are yet to see a bearded Bond. In fact, the only time he had any facial hair was when he was being deliberately portrayed as down and out and he had some stubble. Meanwhile, all branches of the US military currently prohibit beards for new recruits. This uniform appearance and grooming contributes to discipline and a sense of camaraderie. But you don't have to be running for president or joining the military to benefit from the respectable reputation that comes with a clean-shaven face. Researchers from the University of Chicago found that well-groomed men make an average of $14,000 more a year. And I'm not saying you can't be well-groomed with a nice beard or mustache, but the bias still exists in people's minds that successful, respectable men are clean-shaven. And if you take a look at the top CEOs all over the world, they are much more likely to be clean-shaven than the average population. So if you're a gentleman who is trying to get ahead in his career or be taken more seriously in his community, I highly recommend you give the clean-shaven look a go. Being clean-shaven can be a double-edged sword because it shows off your face much more than if you were to wear a beard. But if you are a man with attractive features like a strong jawline and pronounced cheekbones, you are much better off being clean-shaven. That's why the majority of male models are clean-shaven. It allows their handsome features to be seen. However, for the sake of balance, I will make the point that beards can increase facial attractiveness for men with an asymmetrical face or a weak jaw. That's because the beard can create the perception of a stronger jawline and increase levels of facial symmetry. So, which one works best for you? The truth is, you will have to experiment and find out. But if you have put in the effort to get your body lean and chiseled, so will be your face. And it's worth showing that off with a clean-shaven look. The final reason more men should go clean-shaven might surprise you, but it's all about hygiene. As long as you're using the right tools and products, being clean-shaven is generally more hygienic than having a beard or mustache. And I've noticed that when I've worn a short beard or even stubble, I get a lot more problems with spots and dry skin. You see, hair traps perspiration, sweat, and that creates a breeding ground for bacteria. And when you come to apply your products like a face wash or an exfoliator, if you have facial hair there, it will be difficult to actually get to the skin and allow those products to do their job. If you think about it, it's really not that much different from tending your garden down below. The longer and wilder things get, the less hygienic it is. Meanwhile, shaving actually exfoliates the skin, removing those dead skin cells that can clog your pores. So, gentlemen, let's recap the 5 reasons you should try going clean-shaven. First, it looks more classically masculine. Look at stars such as Sean Connery or Gary Cooper. 2, it's a masculine ritual of self-care, especially when you have the right products like a good quality double-edged razor. 3rd, it appears more respectable. There's a reason top CEOs and politicians are almost all clean-shaven. 4, it can reveal your jawline and cheekbones, making you look more handsome. And 5, it can be more hygienic and better for your skin. Gentlemen, how do you feel about this issue? Are you a defender of the beard, or do you also prefer the clean-shaven look? I expect that this one might be a fairly contentious point of discussion, but I want to hear what you honestly think down in the comments. Thank you for watching today's video. Remember to get yourself a Henson razor using my link and the code GENTZ, and I'll see you gentlemen in the next video.